Afternoon. Ever wonder what it takes to be in shape and to be physically prepared to be in the Austin Fire Academy? Well, stay tuned because Join AFD Live starts right now. Hey, welcome back. I'm Reggie Campbell. Today, we're talking about being physically fit and prepared for the Austin Fire Academy. As you know, the Academy is 28 weeks long, and there's some physical activity that goes on every day. So today we're going to tell you how to get prepared, what you need to be doing, and what our expectations are as you come into the Fire Academy. So today we're going to have a special guest in, one of our sports physiologists, Jeff Johnson. He's going to give you some tips and tricks on how to prepare yourself. Good afternoon, Jeff.
Good afternoon, Reggie. Good to see
Hey,
you.
how's it
Thanks for
going?
having me come in.
Uh,
We'll get more successful.
all right, man. No, thanks. Thanks for taking time out of your day. All right, so Jeff, like I said, we're talking to everybody about being physically fit and how to prepare for the Fire Academy. Could you go over what you guys expect and what's the minimum requirements and things of that nature?
Absolutely, Reggie. Like you said, one of the key components here is the expectations and really overall just being prepared to execute from day one at the academy. Um, in the past, there were not clearly delineated expectations, but we've really come to find that the more opportunities the candidates and the cadets to be successful, then the more successful they are. Over the last couple of years, we've developed basically five different expectations that we'd like every cadet to show up with.
All right.
The two are less tired from the physical aspect of the academy. You are better prepared to learn in the classroom and retain that information. Additionally, the better prepared you are, then the less prone you are to injury. And we all know that that can shut down the show real quick.
Yes, it can.
The first thing that we're going to talk about is the mile and a half run. So
All
the
right.
mile and a half run is really for different reasons, both for physical performance as well as for health throughout your career. So when we talk about each of these five expectations, the first one I'm going to give you is just the minimum standard. So for a mile and a half, the minimum standard that we expect you to be able to perform at is 12 minutes for a mile and a half.
All
Now,
right.
if you want to be competitive to where we think most cadets are and also most firefighters are within the department, then you should be shooting for about a 10-minute and 40-second mile and a half run. That puts you right in that middle of the pack, that competitive place where you really want to be if you want to be at the top of your game.
All right. Thanks.
The next one is going to be push-ups. They're just standard push-ups. They're done on a metronome. The metronome is set to 80 beats per minute. So when you're doing these push-ups, when your metronome beeps or you should either essentially you're doing is 80 push-ups. So that puts us at 2 minutes of work. You're also going to be doing these push-ups to a 5-inch prop, whether it's a box or a yoga block or whatever works for you. But we're looking for a 5-inch prop placed under your chest. And you should be doing for the minimum 36 push-ups in that time continuous on the metronome. If you break the rhythm of the metronome, then you are done being counted. To be competitive, that number is 43.
All right.
This event is going to be the inverted row. So this is a little bit of a weird thing to kind of set up on your own if you don't have access to a gym or something like that. So I'm going to give you these numbers, but ultimately, if you can find anywhere to do pull-ups or chin-ups, those are going to be absolutely great for you to do today, tomorrow, and forever. So for our inverted row, again, it's going to be on pace, and you will The minimum will be 30, and the competitive will be 40. But ultimately, anytime you can be doing pull-ups or band pull-aparts or any type of pulling, that's going to serve you very, very well.
All right.
The next one will be our side plank. I'm sure many of you are familiar with a basic front plank. This is just a little bit different where we go to our side, we're on our elbow and we're on our foot. The rest of our body is in a plank position and we will do both sides. You should, to meet the minimum expectation, you should be doing 1 minute and 13 seconds on each side.
Okay.
To do what we expect the competitive standard for cadets and our firefighters, you should be doing 1 minute, 20 seconds per side. So all of these items are pretty basic things that are pretty easy to do on your own. The second one is much more specific, or I'm sorry, this next one is much more specific to the academy as well as to the firefighting profession, and that is towers. I cannot overstress your ability to climb stairs with weight is going to be absolutely critical to your success as a cadet as well as a firefighter. I've been around this department for about 4 or 5 years, and I've yet to meet a firefighter that could tell me that they were not interested or did not think that doing towers or doing stair work was important. That's the only thing I've heard consistently from every single firefighter. So I'm passing that on to you all. So what we're looking for there is with a weight of 35 to 45 pounds, and we add the weight because at a minimum, you're going to be carrying a bundle, a hose bundle, and at a maximum, you're going to be in full turnout gear with tools and bundles and all kinds of stuff. So what we're looking for here is ideally for a minimum, you should be able to do 18 floors continuous with that weight. To be competitive, you should be able to do 27 floors continuously. So, Reggie, basics of the physical expectations
All
for
right.
the academy.
Thank you. Thank
So, a
you.
couple of things that, to be prepared. Um, One is when you're in the hiring process. Well, I'm going to keep going just in case it works out.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
we got you back.
okay. So one opportunity is FireFit. And the days and times of this opportunity will change with each hiring process. But essentially what it is, um, the fire department provides pure fitness trainers, which are active firefighters that come in, they build workouts, they lead you through the workouts, they teach you about the workouts, and all of these types of things. And they are available to applicants prior to even getting to the academy. So that's a really, really great resource that's afforded to you. Another thing to consider is train outside. When you have the privilege of joining Austin Fire Department, you have to understand that you will become an outside creature. That's the way it is. There's a reason they give you all the jackets and rain gear and all that kind of stuff because that's where you're going to operate. We're in Central Texas. It's hot. It rains hard. The weather in general can be aggressive. You need to be able to operate all year round outside doing physical activity.
Yes, you do.
Thing to consider in your training, I've mentioned it once, I'm going to mention it again because it's this important. Everybody has a tendency to focus on that 1.5 mile run because it's scary. Don't forget that doing the tower work, doing the stair stepping work, even if you don't have a stair stepper, get a box. Find one stair somewhere and walk up and down that stair, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it takes. That work will also contribute to your success on the 1.5 mile run. So there's a lot of good crossover there. The other thing to consider in your training overall is it's really based on pure strength and work. Okay, the generic idea is that 15 minutes is a shift on an active fire. So you need to be able to operate at basically beyond 100% for 15 minutes. And
Yes, you
that's
do.
hard work. Sometimes work, sometimes it's hot work. We don't know what it is. So we do that by being strong. If we are strong initially, it helps us prevent injury. It helps us do our job better. It helps us get into better positions so that we can be successful. And if we have the ability to um, work at that level for extended periods of time, then everything is that much better. We cannot overemphasize the importance of being physically fit. Everybody knows that it's critical, and that's really the reason that I'm here. So, the small parts of that are going to be working on compound movements, front squats, back squats, deadlifts, bent over rows, overhead presses, pull ups. Move your whole body together so that you can teach your whole body to work together. When you're out on a call, you're not going to grab your wrist straps and your back belt and get a perfect grip. So you've got to have that good strength and that good understanding of how to use it. Additionally, grip strength and core work. Grip strength is the name of the game. It's where most people fail most quickly. And core work is always critical because that's how we stay safe. That's how we prevent our back injuries and all these other things. So I'm going to spend about 1 more minute just on ways that you can stay healthy and treat all those little nagging injuries and things of that nature that you will get as a cadet. You will be broken from time to time as a cadet. It's hard. Get used to it. So, first and foremost, sleep and nutrition. You're going to hear about it a million times, and it's going to be, especially the sleep part, for the job, it's one of the hardest things to manage. Nutrition, all I'm going to say about it is change your mindset from feeding yourself to fueling yourself. You are a machine, you are an athlete. You need to put good gas in this machine if you want it to operate well. When you do start to get into the soreness and the injuries and things of that nature, first and foremost, start to get a relationship with your body. Understand the difference between being hurt, sore, and injured. Okay, you'll hear more about that at the academy. Next, if you have that injury, remember RICE: rest, ice, compress, and elevate. Other than that, you're going to learn things like foam rolling, active recovery, where you're walking for an extended period of time, an easy row, something along that nature. If you have a massage therapist that you see regularly, absolutely keep it going. I read an article the other day that Russell Wilson spends over $1 million on recovery every year. I'm pretty sure that his job is very hard, but I'm also pretty sure that the job of a firefighter can be much harder, and especially as a cadet. So if he's willing to spend $1 million on recovery, my advice to you, if you want to make it through, learn how to take care of yourself before, during, and after. That's about all I got for you, Reggie. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer.
Hey, Jeff, thanks. That was a lot of great information. Where does this information live on the internet, just in case they didn't get it all the first time? Is there a website they can go to?
Absolutely. So one of the benefits here at Awesome Fire Department is we have a very robust wellness program. That's where I'm located. That's where all of our stuff happens. So that website, atxpublicsafetywellness.com. There's tons and tons of resources on there. My part specifically, go to the fitness portion and you will see all kinds of stuff on there. You'll see my ugly face. If you need to send me an email, click on my face and I'll get back to you. Other than that, workout options, there's actually the cadet expectations are posted there. There's a cadet fitness manual that's posted in there. There's tons of stuff in there that you can look around and hopefully find some things that will help you be successful.
All right, Jeff. Hey, man, I sure appreciate you giving all this great information and tips and tricks. Thanks for taking time out of your day. I'll see you around. Stay safe out there, brother.
You bet. You too, Reggie. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Bye. All right, everyone. Hey, That was some great information, a lot of information that he gave out. Hopefully, you took down the website, atxpublicwellness.com. Go in there, figure out what you need to be doing, because it's never too early to start getting into shape to become a firefighter. So before you know it, you might be in the academy, and if you're not in shape, it affects a whole lot of things. So please stay safe. Be careful out there. If you got any questions or concerns, you can call us, area code 512-974-0292, or you can also email us at firerecruiting@austintexas.gov. Remember, continue to follow us on all our social media platforms, and stay safe, everybody. I'll see you next time.